You recently lost your job and you do not know what to do. Or you're in a job that you really like, but you're scared that you'll lose your job. Or you actually want to resign, but you're too afraid to resign, especially in a recession. Well then, the Do It Afraid conference is for you. Today we have with us two guests who were impacted by the Do It Afraid conference and who will be sharing their stories.
These things sometimes are psychology.
I think that the sacrifice of the past as one of the reasons was a God experience. Wanted to find God, simply feeling like you're inspired. May it is always
So tell us about the solution.
as one of
With 18 to 35 years of age, not out of work.
Hey, I don't have the skill for this particular problem to solve this particular problem.
None of us talked about the bread salad.
Hello, welcome to another episode of The Heart of the Matter. We're talking about Do It Afraid and we have with us Kehinde Owolabi and Oluchi Madubuike. Kehinde and Oluchi, thank you so much for coming to The Heart of the Matter.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. So I'm excited. Tell us what you do. So we'll start with Oluchi.
Okay, I am a child hair care specialist.
Okay.
Right, what I do is that I help young moms who have children with natural hair care for their hair, and if they want it to grow healthy and long, I just guide them through the process. I remove all the guesswork out of the process and help them.
Oh,
That's what I
fantastic.
do.
So it'll make their hair look like yours. Eh?
Yes, exactly.
And you, Kehinde?
I'm into packaging. I run a small packaging business.
Okay.
It's
What's
called
it
Package
called?
Plus.
Package Plus. And what's the name of your business?
Mona and Luchi.
Okay. So have you always done this? And how old is how young is your business?
Okay, I've been doing this since March 2016.
Okay, so just almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Mhm.
Almost 2 years.
And you, Kehinde?
About same time, April 2015. Yeah, 2016.
2016. Okay, fantastic. So what were you doing before this?
Okay, before I started, I was working as a geologist
Okay.
in an oil servicing firm.
Mm.
So my company is an indigenous firm owned by a Nigerian, obviously. And what we used to do projects for the bigger companies, ExxonMobil, Chevron. So they bring the projects and we do it in our office, or we can be posted at the station at the companies, So we do seismic interpretation and stuff like that. What geologists do, finding oil and telling you how much it is and stuff like that.
So how long did you do that for?
I did that for 5 years.
5 years. Wow.
Yeah.
So why did you go into oil and gas?
I always knew that geologists do a lot of traveling because they have to find out the geology. The geology in different parts of the world is different.
What is geology anyway?
It's the study of rocks, basically.
Okay.
And the mineral resources that are found in the rocks, because mineral resources are found in rocks.
Okay.
So the kind of mineral resource you find in a particular rock is dependent on the environment, right? So knowing that traveling is something I've always wanted to do. So I said, okay, study geology, get into the oil industry, travel and make some money because, yeah. So.
Okay. Hold that thought. Kehinde, so what were you doing before?
Before Package Plus, I'd been living outside the country for about 15 years, living in England, yes.
Okay.
So I moved back in 2014.
Okay.
I had a restaurant before Package Plus. Yeah, that ran for about 6 months, I think. And then one morning, it got demolished by the local authority for some reason.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I was depressed for about 20 seconds. And I picked up myself and yeah, go on, you're super. So yeah, then I stumbled across Do It Afraid DVD. And that changed my life. I think that was the turning point.
Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, it was just my friend, Bello Foods, Toby Loba. She's not Bello Foods. So she said, can you come and see this DVD? There's this lady, Omilola. I was like, this one's all collect your money and nothing will happen. Then, yeah, the DVD got delivered. I was there when it got delivered. It was in a nice bag. And hey, Toby, did you look at the packaging? This one, they will collect your money, nothing will happen. Like, you're too pessimistic, just let's watch. So we sat down in my car, We watched the DVD. I still wasn't convinced. I was like, so how is it going to change my life? But then she said, Kenny, let's watch this again. I think you missed something. Then I now got to watch, what's the name? Amaka Uwayat. Yeah, I watched a bit. I heard this other lady speak. I can't remember her name. Ada Asakwe. And then the way she was so passionate about what she was like, hey, okay, let me take this more seriously. And then as I get interested in farming, I was like, okay, maybe I should go into farming. But then I'm not the sort of person that will go into farming. I don't have the patience. So I thought, what else can I do? Everybody's been talking about packaging. Maybe I should just go into packaging. Well, we have some machines already. Why not just try and see? And then that's how we took off.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
From watching the DVD.
Watching the DVD.
Oh wow! Okay, so you saw the opportunity there as an opportunity for packaging. That's the Do It Afraid agribusiness.
Agribusiness. Yeah, the workshop. The opportunity was everyone was talking about how they couldn't get good packaging for their products and whatnot, and of course I knew I wanted to get into the not farming but at least food. Because I love food, yeah. That's why I had the lesson before, yeah. But then, so I thought, let's see if I could provide something. And the very first one we did was for Toby. We did a coconut oil. Posted it on Instagram, and everybody went, wow, this is lovely, blah. This one, we did it in my room. You know? So, yeah, but since then, the fun has never stopped again.
Really? Okay, we're going to go on a quick break, and we'll continue after the break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.
The question Vision asks is where? Where is this thing leading?
Usually in life, we feel like the odds are against us. We can't win. But most times, when the odds are against you, that is when you're going to win.
There is no elevator to the road of success. You must take the staircase. Don't be afraid. Don't think I'm not ready yet. Or don't think I don't have enough money. I didn't have one kobo, but the money came.
Our goal for this conference is to, one, give you courage to fulfill your dream. Our second goal is to encourage you in the process.
Register today at www.afritickets.com for only 20,000 naira. Taking place on the 17th of December at 12 noon, Tafawa Balewa Square, Oniko, Lagos, Nigeria. Guess what? It's free for all university students and youth couples, but you have to register. Send an email to info@afritickets.com for your unique code.
Be inspired.
Welcome back. We still have with us Kende Owolabi and Oluchi Madubuike. So Oluchi, so you always wanted to be a geologist.
Yes.
You love traveling. Yes. You loved your work, and I'm sure oil and gas, you were being paid good money.
Yes.
So what happened? Why did you want to leave?
In 2015, I lost my mom. So when I lost my mom, all I could think of was my baby, my family. I just wanted something that would give me more time with them. So
you weren't spending that much time?
I wasn't spending. I was leaving very early in the morning, coming back when my baby was about to go to sleep. So,
How old was your baby at the time?
7 months. So, the reality hit me that, we're not here forever, So I had to start rethinking my life generally. And I knew my job was kind of one of the reasons why I didn't have much time. So I started researching. I started going online to find out I came across an article that led me to your page, right? And when I opened, your page on Instagram, I started seeing, posts about, follow your dreams. That's, I was like, wow, okay. And then I started thinking I could just resign, It was something, when I finally resigned, a lot of people said, if Oluchi can resign, then there's no geology in the world anymore, because I was really passionate about geology, But of course, I had to start ordering my priorities properly, so I resigned. And when I resigned, I didn't really have a clear direction of what I was going to do, but I had 3 plans. Okay. One was hair care, the other one was photography, and the third was my PhD, which I was already doing in Unilag. which was in line with geology. So I took up with 3 of them, but the one that really started getting a lot of feedback and a lot of the one that gave me fulfillment most and the one that started giving much impact was the hair care one, my Instagram page. So I kind of like dropped. Those other ones kind of naturally dropped and I went on with the hair care. So my business evolved with the demand that was coming from the people that were following my page on Instagram. So what I just did was I started paying attention to the problems. So my Instagram page became my market research, right? So the questions, I was like, okay, this question can be something, a source of, income for me. And this is exactly what Omilola was saying, your passion, you make, your, what do you call it, value draws money, you understand?
Create value.
And then money flows to it. And I was like, okay. So it started giving me ideas on what I could do. I came up with some products, the satin bonnet, the satin headrests, and people were willing to buy it. Like, once I put it up, everybody just said, please, I want it. And they were purchasing it. And it's just, I was like, wow. I would just make phone calls. Can you guys see? Do you see what's going on? And, I had a lot of questions coming up. How do I do this? Where do I start from? I was like, okay, I can create an ebook, right? A lot of people are writing ebooks now that will guide people on where to start from with their child hair care, step 1, step 2. And I did that. And immediately I launched it. I'm telling you, I got a lot of people buying the books. It was shocking. Like, on the first week I launched that book, I got like 100 people purchasing the book. And it was, I just put a price tag on it. I was shocked. I'm telling you, I was as wild as, everyone around me. And I was like, this is serious and this is good. Because it's something I enjoyed. And people would give me feedback. Your book was amazing. Your book is amazing. It helped me. And I started getting a lot of, so of course, the photography and the PhD was behind, like, it was nowhere. So, and I was making impact. I had created a platform that enabled me share, even, I used to share like quotes that used to come to my head, and a lot of people would respond that, okay, this is really good, really impacted me and all that, So I had to, start thinking business-wise, like register this business, register this brand, and, go on from there. So I said, since you've impacted me this way without even meeting me, I had to go somewhere that I know I was going to meet you. So that was why I said I must attend the Do It Afraid conference for 2016. Okay, so I attended the conference. By then, I wasn't sure if I should continue with my PhD, which was more like, it was more accepted around me. Exactly, it was more, that's the word, PhD in geology, right? And it suited me because I was a bright student. Like, I was a bright student in school. So my professors, even my dad is a professor. He expected me to go in that line and, so I was in that, gray area where, what will people say of Oluchi, the geologist? Like, my dad, I'm telling you, so even my siblings, I was just thinking, what would everybody say? But after attending that conference, I listened to a lot of talks, right, that encouraged me. It was impactful. It was inspiring, right? As like literally, I'm not saying inspiring in terms of speech terms. It inspired me, and it helped me build up momentum. It was December, and I needed something to lift me up to a point where I could see, the future that, that I had hoped for, I'm hoping for. So being in that kind of environment, there's kind of, for me, I believe that when you're in an environment where people believe in the same thing, there's an energy that just goes up, and if you can tap into that energy, it propels you to, where you really want to be to move to the next step.
Awesome. Yeah. So Kenny, how's it been for you? I mean, so you saw the opportunity in a recession. So a recession where most people are losing their jobs, people don't have work, they're thinking, what should they do? And then you saw this opportunity, in packaging and you started a packaging business called Package Plus.
Yes.
What was it like the initial?
Initially, I didn't know anything about packaging, to be honest. I just know how I wanted things to look like. I know that when you travel abroad and you buy stuff, they look nice. They invite you themselves. So I thought, okay, I'm sure we can make our great Nigerian products look nice like this. But how do we go about it? It was it's still a huge learning curve. But yeah, we're learning every day. And there are challenges every day. But what I've noticed is, regardless of all these challenges, Nigerian, we have a lot of talented and able-bodied men. And all they just need is just encouragement. They don't need someone to tell them, you can do this. Like I've had people that will say to me, Oga, I can't do this. This one, you need Oyinbo. I said, no, you can do this. I've seen your work before. Do this for me. Do it like this. Do it this way. And then we go, Oga, we don't do them. Hey, you see, I told you. You understand? And then I think it gives them a sense of purpose as well. They think, if I can do this, I'm sure I can do that one too. Of course, they want to increase whatever they're charging. But yeah, I think and I enjoy pushing people, you know, when you get people to do what they've never done before, what they think they're not able to do. They have this new sense of pride.
Ownership, pride,
yeah,
fulfillment.
And yeah, for you. So I think it works both ways. And that's part of the reason why I work with startups as well. I don't, like when I get all these bigger companies saying, of course, the money is good. But then
so how's the response been like? Did you get a lot of...
We usually don't post often, because each time we do, trust me, the phone lines are going to be...
Really? So you don't post your pictures on purpose so that you don't get more requests?
You get inundated. I'm telling you, this is not even a joke. Like, there won't be time to do anything else. Wow. My personal phone, the office phone, my assistant, everybody is a problem.
So that means there's a lot. There's
a lot of interest. I tell people, if you have money, just come, invest in packaging. Then people say, that's your competitor. There's no competition. We need like 100 of Package Plus in Nigeria as it is. Honestly, we do. Because me, I know I can't service everything. It's impossible. Before I used to say, I want to work with this person, work with that person, but now.
So did you get some of the big names coming to you?
Yeah, well, yeah. I can't mention them, but of course, yeah. The really big names, the really big boys. I said, no, you know what? No, we can't even work with them. No, leave them. Let's go on. I won't even
because of capacity.
Yeah. Because people, when they see what we do, they think, I'm sure they can handle that. Then I'll be looking at my small office and, no.
But isn't that, then doesn't that mean that then it's time for you to expand?
Well, that's what we've been doing now.
Okay.
We've had so now we have 2 factories.
Okay.
Before we didn't have any factory. We only had one small production area. So we have 2 factories now. Next year, God willing, we are looking to expand even further. We'll have our China factory where we'll be able to, obviously, we work with China now. But now we want to have our own Package Plus factory in China.
In China? Okay, why that though? Why not just have it here?
Yeah, well, it's still economically viable to work in China because some things are just easier to do in China. Like our stand-up pouches, there's no way we can make them in Nigeria yet. And I believe we'll be the first company to make them in Africa. Maybe South Africa. So in Nigeria or West Africa.
Oh, West Africa.
Yeah. So yeah, but for now, of course, we still need, even the bigger boys, they all have factories in China because it's cheap labor, cheap materials. So.
Okay, so let's talk about the Nigerian business environment. What, as an entrepreneur, obviously it's been challenging. We've been, even though yes, we've come out of this recession, but it's still, it's still not. I mean, it's still driven by the oil sector, and the whole point, especially I believe the agenda of this government, is to diversify the economy because that's the only way, And so we need more entrepreneurs like yourselves to come up with new business ideas. So but then business is tough. So what would you say government needs to do to help?
I think just funding. That's what people need. Funding. Everyone I've spoken to, they said, no money. I have this brilliant idea. Okay, how much do you have? But then I tell people, don't wait till you have everything you want. Just start anyway. You understand? Like I started without anything at all. And look at us today. I get people sending me money like I'll send 2 million to your account. Me? What am I meant to do? Oh my God, 2 million. These people have never met me. They probably haven't spoken to me before. Just Instagram DM, and they send you money to your account. Like,
Money to do what?
for their job, wherever they want. Once I send
their
an
product.
invoice, they send it. I'm like, this one. Just like that. What if I run away with this money? I didn't even think. You know, you
Yeah,
understand?
but
Like
the
a lot of
trust.
questions, yeah, but of course, because based on what we've done before, okay. So Nigerians are very trusting. That's something I've noticed as well.
Okay,
Very
we need
interesting.
to go on another break. We'll continue after
Okay.
the break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. Our topic is still Do It Afraid. So, Oluchi, you launched an online course.
Yes, I did.
How was that?
It was very interesting. Like, it was amazing. And then
This is separate from the ebooks.
it's separate from the ebook. This is like a course.
Okay.
It's a 4-week course. So I have listed four main steps you take if your child's hair is damaged and you want to recover it, because that was another problem I noticed from the people that I was working with on my page. So I found it as an opportunity to create something for them. So I had worked with one mom at the start of the year, and I saw the progress, and it was just like 4 weeks. It took her 4 weeks to see improvement and also gain confidence in herself to care for her child's hair by herself. So I was like, okay, I can turn this into a product, right? Income minded. So to do that properly, I had to do a course myself. So a course that trained me on how to do it professionally. So I'm not just dabbling into it and doing. And I did the course for like 1 week. It was a 4-week course as well. So I went through the course.
To learn how to do an online
Course,
course.
yes,
Okay.
to learn how to create and launch an online course. So at the end of their course, you would have created your own course and launched it. So I did that, and I just followed all the steps. And the idea was to make the name of the course. Should I say that? Okay. The idea was for you to make your first $1,000. I was like, I'm going to make my first $1,000. So I did that, and then it translated to 300 and something thousand, right? So I followed their steps, and at the end of the day, I made exactly $1,000. It was amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it. And the moms that did the course, I didn't know them. Like, it wasn't like I started begging people, please register for my course. They went through the process. I sent the emails. I did the marketing the way I was supposed to. Took the potential customer through the process and launched it, pitched it. And, when the alerts were coming in, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was just dropping. And they said that the last call, there's what you call the last call email, is usually when you get because by then I just got like halfway through the amount of money I wanted. On that last day, it was like, doors are closing. If you don't register for this now, still. And the thing was just coming, bah, bah, bah. I was like, I'm telling you, it was like, when something you didn't expect happens. And, what I got from that, what I learned from that experience was the ability. I used to be dependent on salary, right? So every month you wait for your salary and you spend it. But the realization that I had the capacity to create wealth, I know maybe I'm too old to be saying this, but it was really amazing to me that I could sit in my house, spend time with my family, have my laptop on my lap, and make some money that could solve my problems. So it was really amazing, and I believe that the momentum to launch to that level was something I gathered from the Do It Afraid conference.
Fantastic. I mean, like, just sitting here listening to both of you and just seeing how one person's obedience, they always say this thing about there are so many people tied to your obedience, so many destinies tied to your obedience. I mean, even for me, doing the Do It Afraid conference, it's never really easy, and I go with instructions from God. He tells me, do this, use this venue, do that. Not that you know, it's like I have money in my account to pay for these expensive venues. Some will say, why don't you use some free venues, you know? But it's instructionary, you know, go and do this. So even me, myself, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, it's scary for me, you know. But then I know that it's not just about me. There are other people's destinies that are tied to that obedience. And so just sitting here and listening to both of you, I mean, prior to the conference, we never even met, you know, and then just hearing your story and just hearing, you know, the impact, you know, because there's so many conferences, there's so many events happening. Everybody's doing an event now, but very few actually have impact. But just seeing that there is impact just gives me great joy, and I'm so thankful that you're both sharing your story. And I do pray and know that, you know, your business will grow. I mean, God, you know, God is in this. God is in this. And it's not even just about you, it's about Nigeria and what he's doing in Nigeria, you know. And so I'm just looking forward to hearing bigger stories. I'm looking forward to you expanding and taking care of the big boys. I'm looking forward to hearing more amazing things from you and even seeing products at some point. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for coming. So you've heard Oluchi's story. You've heard Kende's story. You now know why you need to come to the Do It Afraid conference. It's happening. The next one is happening on the 17th of December at 12 noon, 17th of December, and it's taking place at Tafawa Balewa Square. We have a marquee. Balmoral is giving us a marquee that, you know, we would use in the main bowl in Tafawa Balewa Square. And we have an amazing lineup of speakers. Oluchi will be one of our speakers there. She's going to be sharing her story. Every year we try and choose somebody from the audience who was impacted by who attended the event, who was impacted by the event, to also share their story. So you can see, you know, sometimes you feel like, well, these other speakers are so successful, you can't relate. But we want you to understand that there are real people going through real challenges. We actually did a competition and asked people to send their stories, and that's how we're able to choose Oluchi. So if you come, you never know, you might be one of the speakers next year. You know, you need to come. We're going to be sharing our stories. We're going to be sharing, I mean, challenges. We're not going to paint a perfect picture. We're going to tell you the challenges we've faced and how we've been able to go overcome these challenges. Kenny and other Do It Afraid entrepreneurs will be there as well. So you can network with them. You can talk with them. You know, he talks about so many opportunities in packaging. I'm sure he will be willing to mentor someone or guide someone, you know. And guess what? The most amazing thing about this is that for students and youth coppers this year, it is free, but you need to register. So send an email to info@afritickets.com with your ID card, and we'll send you a unique code so you can register. So yes, if you're a student or you're a youth copper, please tell all your friends. If you're not, it's 20,000 naira. The early bird registration has finished, so it's 20,000 naira. And trust me, it is worth it. You would have, opportunities to network with people. You would have refreshments for you, and just in an amazing atmosphere, encouraging you to fulfill your dreams. The theme for this year is the promise of the rainbow. Yes, the promise of the rainbow is very prophetic. There is a rainbow even in the storm. There's a rainbow in what we're going through in Nigeria right now. There are opportunities, and you just need to seize the opportunities. Whatever it is you're going through in your personal life, the storms you're going through, there is a rainbow. You just have to know and figure out how to, you know, have peace in the storm, how to wait out the storm, and how to wait for your rainbow and seize your rainbow. I hope to see you there. Make sure you register on www.afritickets.com or send an email to doitafraid@omilola.com. Thank you. Until next week, stay blessed.